First one is area of sector, second area of segment, and we are talking about both minor and major. First one is area of sector, and here also minor and major. So mainly we have only these two things, sector and segment. Okay, we need to find areas and area of sector, area of segment. At the same time we need to also know arc length of sector. So only just three formulas, three to four formulas. If you remember these 3 to 4 formulas from this chapter, you'll get a weightage about 3 to 5 marks as per previous year question papers. Okay, so we'll cover all those formulas again. So I'll just keep small hashtag so that it can reach to people who was needed for this chapter. Areas related to circles. Class 10 maths. Circles. Okay. So let's start. So first one, area of sector. So what is a sector first of all? So sector is a small portion of circle. Like if I say this is a circle, then this portion from center to any end and this whole part is nothing but sector. So simply I can say, you can imagine a slice of pizza. Hope everyone knows what is pizza. So slice of pizza is nothing but sector. Okay, if it is a single, then it is a small sector. If it is the other part, if I say this dotted part is nothing but major sector, whereas the shaded part is nothing but minor sector. Okay, so this is R, which is radius, and O is the center. So for sector we have 2 points. One is area of sector is theta by 360 into pi r square, where pi is the, you already know, which is constant. R is the radius of circle. Theta is the angle subtended by the sector. This is theta. Okay, then we have perimeter. So perimeter is equal to 2r plus length of arc, which is theta by 360 into 2 pi r. So this is length of arc. We'll just change the color. So this pink one is nothing but length of arc, because it's nothing but arc length. So in the question, if they ask you what is length of arc, then you have to just write theta by 360 into 2 pi r. But if they ask you perimeter of the sector, then we have to add these two lines as well, which are yellow lines. You have to add this one and this one. So this way it is r plus arc length. So this way it is 2r plus theta by 360 into 2 pi r. Okay, so this part is arc length. Okay, so sector, all the 3 formulas are covered. Now let's cover the other topic from this chapter, which is segment. So for the same type, we have a circle, we have a sector, and if you notice this point and this point, if I connect, okay, then this portion is nothing but segment. This shaded part is segment, and if it is small, it is called minor, and the rest all, again if I say dotted parts, this dotted part is nothing but major sector. It's not sector, we are talking about segment. So this part is nothing but major segment. Okay, so now let's study the formulas related to segment. So area of segment is equal to area of sector minus area of triangle. So we are talking about this triangle here. I will just change the color to green. So this is the triangle. This triangle area we are talking about, the green one. Okay, so we need to subtract area of this triangle from the area of sector, then you will get what is the area of segment. Okay, so hope everyone is clear what is a segment, area of sector, area of triangle. So the formula is here simple, it is nothing but area of sector we already know, which is theta by 360 theta by 360 into pi r square minus area of triangle. If it is based upon the triangle, if it is equilateral triangle, then it is root 3 by 4 a square. If it is right angle triangle, then it is half into base into height. So based on it, you have to change it. Okay, if equilateral triangle. Okay, so these are the main formulas from this chapter. Now let's start with the questions. So from this sample paper, I got around 4 marks weightage. Okay, so 2 MCQs and 1 2-mark question. So let's start with it. The first one is the 7th question. So what is the 7th question? It is saying that given below is a picture of Olympic rings made by taking 5 congruent circles of radius 1 centimeter each, intersecting in such a way that the chord formed by joining the point of intersection of 2 circles is also of length 1. Okay, so simply the segment or the chord which is forming, that length is also 1 and the radius is also 1. So simply whichever the triangle is formed here is an equilateral triangle. Okay, total length of the dotted regions, assuming the thickness of the rings to be negligible. Okay, they are saying the dotted is this part. Okay, so this 1 2 3 4 dotted areas are present, so we need to find that complete dotted area. Okay, so let's, for this what I will do is I will take a single circle first. So if I take a just single circle, and if you note, so here we have another intersecting circle. So this part they want, and it is of 4 parts. So if I take this circle, so if I just find out this part, I'll just change the color. If I just found this part, which is nothing but the minor segment of this, so into 8 if I do, then I will get 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So into 8 if I do, I will get the total shaded area. So let's find first one segment area and then simply multiply into it, you will get the total dotted area. So it is simply 8 times of area of minor segment. So what is area of minor segment? Area of sector minus triangle. So for 1 mark we no need to write all this, but for if the same question can be asked for 2 marks also, so that's why I am writing all the formulas. Now the last step, area of sector theta by 360. If it is 1 1 1, then simply it is equilateral triangle. So what is the angle of an equilateral triangle? 60 degrees. So it is 60 by 360 into pi into 1 square minus area of triangle is root 3 by 4 1 square, because it is an equilateral triangle. So the answer is 8 into 1 by 6, so pi by 6 minus root 3 by 4, which is option D here. Okay, the same question they have asked for visually impaired as a second part, so we will solve this question also. The area of circle that is inscribed inside a square of 6 cm. So it's a direct question. We have a square and inside that we have a circle. The square side they have mentioned as 6. So simply the diameter is 6. So what about radius? Radius will be 3. R is equal to D by 2, which is 6 by 2, which is 3. And they are asking simply area of circle. So area of circle formula is simple, which is pi r square. So it is pi into 3 square which is 9 pi, which is again D. Okay, let's move to the next one. Yeah, hi Ayush, thanks for joining. So Ayush, in this video we're going to cover the area of circles questions related to which are present in the sample paper question paper along with the concepts behind it. The concepts and formulas I already explained. So now I'm going to just cover the questions. So one question is done. We have pending 3 more questions from the sample question paper. Okay, so if you have any doubts related to these questions, you can directly post in this comment section, or else you can also post in the community section of my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining again. Okay, let's continue with the question. So area of sector of a circle, radius they have provided 21 centimeters, arc length they have provided, arc length is equal to 22 centimeters. They are asking area of sector. If arc length is provided, area of sector can be simply found as L into R by 2. Okay, so arc length is 22, radius is 21 by 2, so 2 11s are 22, 21 11s is 231 centimeters square. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So we have one 2 marks question, and here we have an option, either we can solve A part or B part. So I'm repeating this part again and again because as per CBSE standard what they have clearly mentioned, if there is an option for solving A or B, so whichever you feel confident, only that question you have to solve, because the first one which you have responded will be considered for marking. The second, if you even though if you do or not, doesn't matter, because they're not giving to give any marks for that second question. That is optional part. Okay, so if you feel confident, you have time, you can solve it. If not, don't think about the option and don't think that second will be considered for marking, because clearly they have mentioned only first will be considered for marking. Okay, so let's start with this question. We are saying that a horse, a cow and a goat are tied each by ropes 14 at the corners ABC respectively of a grass triangular field. So we have a grassy triangular field ABC, and okay, horse, cow and goat are tied. So we have one, okay, let's assume here it is horse 14, then we have goat 14, and then we have cow, which is also distance is 14. So this is always grass field. Okay, so this can cover this much of sector. This again will be a sector, and this again will be a sector. And the sides they have mentioned 35, 40 and 50. So 35, 40 and 50. Okay, we need to find how much total grass they have grazed. Okay, so simply we need to find the sum of all 3 sectors. Okay, so if I say that angle subtended by A, theta by 360 into pi into R is same, which is 14, plus theta B, means this area, this theta. Okay, theta B by 360 into pi into 14 square, plus theta C by 360 into pi into 14 square. Okay, so simply if I take theta or pi into 14 square by 360 as common, I will get theta A plus theta B plus theta C. What is sum of all angles of a triangle? Which is 180. So simply this question will change to pi into 14 square by 360 into 180. Why? Because sum of all angles of a triangle is 180. Okay, so 180, 182s. So if I write pi as 22/7, I can say 14 into 14 by 2, 2 ones, 2 11s, 7 ones, 7 2s. So simply it is 22 into 14, 2 4s are 8, 1s are 2, again 8 2, so it becomes 308 centimeters square. So it should be in meters. Yeah, it is meter square, not centimeter square, because it is a grass field, so definitely it is a longer one, not centimeters. Okay, so just check the calculation once again. It is theta into 14 square, 22/7 into 14 into 14 by 2, because we have by 2 here. 7 1s, 7 2s, 2 1s, 2 11s, 11 2s, 22 into 14, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 8. Correct. 308 centimeters square. Okay. Let's move to the next one, B part. What is area of major segment? It's not minor segment. It is clearly mentioned major segment in terms of pi. So no need to substitute pi value as 3.14 or 22/7. Just keep as it is. Of a circle, radius is mentioned. Found by chord subtending. Okay, this is 90 degrees here. Okay, let's draw the circle first. So we have a center. We have a point. And this is minor segment, but they are asking major segment, which is a dotted part. So for major segment area of major segment will be area of circle minus area of minor segment. Because they are asking major segment is complete dotted part. Okay, so what is area of total circle? Pi r square. So pi r is how much? Radius I mentioned as 5 square minus area of minor segment. Area of minor segment is again area of sector minus area of triangle. Area of sector is theta by 360. What is theta here? 90. Okay, so it is 90 by 360 into pi, again r square, so 5 square, minus area of triangle. So this triangle is a right angle triangle, which is something like this. Base is 5, height is 5. So rectangle, so any triangle which is having base is 5 and height is 5, it is simple, half into base into height, so it is half into 5 into 5. Okay, I'm repeating this step because this step carries 1 mark. Okay, so why? Because we are finding area of major segments. Major segment is simply area of circle minus minor segment. Area of circle is pi r square, pi into 5 square, minus area of minor segment is area of this sector minus this triangle will give me the area of this minor segment. So area of sector is theta by 360 into pi r square minus half into r into r. Okay, now let's solve this. It is pi into 25 minus 90 by 360 is 1 by 4, so it is 25 pi by 4, 25 pi by 4 minus, what is area of triangle? 25 by 2. So simply 25 minus 25 by 5 by 4 will become 75 pi by 4, because it is 100 minus 25. Okay, minus of minus, so it is plus 25 by 2. Okay, so this is the final answer for area of major segment is equal to 75 pi by 4 plus 25 by 2. They are asking in meters or centimeters. Centimeters, so it should be centimeters square. This steps carries half mark. The final answer will carry half mark. So if you write only the final answer, then you will get only half mark, because in CBSE marking standard every step is important and each step will carry some step marking, which can be half mark or 1 mark. Okay, so thanks for watching. So in this video we have covered the chapter 12 questions. In the next video, we are going to cover questions of chapter 12. Okay, if you have any doubts, do mention in the comment section, or else you can also mention in the community. Okay, so let's meet again with chapter 12, mostly tomorrow or day after tomorrow around 1:30 or 2 p.m. in the live session. Thank you.